everyone, it's Ashley Brennan. It's my first YouTube video. I'm going to be unloading one of my downloads that's available in my Teachers Pay Teachers store under Ashley Brennan. So I'm going to open that up. I'm going to be doing a bunch of kind of unboxing videos for my downloads for Teachers Pay Teachers, so you can know what you're getting if you would decide to purchase it. Today I'm going to start with my Math Concepts and Applications practice sheets for grade 5. I have these bundled. I have them available from 2nd to 5th grade, and I have them bundled in different ways to meet your individualized caseload needs. A lot of special education teachers are monitoring across grade levels and need to have a different bundles available so you can get the practice sheets that you need across grade levels. This product has gotten good reviews since I've posted it. So I'm going to, if you were to purchase it, you would download it. I made this, so of course I can download it, and it should download and open right up. So here we have the cover. I have a For the Teacher. This product was made to meet the needs of special education students who are taking a Math Concepts and Applications Progress Monitoring Assessment. As you grade their assessments, you can see what they need to work on and then give them some of these sheets that have explanations and really hone the skills that they're not answering correctly, to give them that focused practice so they can do better on the next assessment. So I have my terms of use here, that's in all the products, and about me, there I am. You can click to connect with me. We're going to go down, we have credits and also some other resources in my store, and then we get into the heart of the resource, which starts with units of measure. So each one, and I'll just scroll down, has a good example and then some practice. There's about 5 sheets for each skill. It's a 175-page download. Again, if you get it in a bundle with 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, if that's all to meet all the needs of your caseload, then it's like a 600-some page download. So they're each at least 120 pages. So here we go. We're going to do units of measure. Next skill is reading graphs. And we have a favorite color graph. Again, it has a short explanation and then some practice questions. We'll go to the next one. Reading graphs 2 has the graph, then it asks the title, and then several questions about each graph. We go to, and you'll see each one has about 5 pages per skill. Now we have number words, and I like to give these helpful hints for when you're reinforcing the skills with your individual students. Just something to help you teach it to them, to help them learn it, something that they can remember. So we have, and then practice, lots of practice. So we're going to go, we have number words, 5 sheets. Then we go to place value, and again it asks each of, for the digit, gives an example of the digit in each place, and then has a different number which asks you to tell the digit for different place values for each one. So we have regular place value here. Then we're going to go to decimal place value. So decimal place value, same type of thing, then gives a good example, and then we have some practice, more practice. So there's 5 sheets for that. Next we have the rounding numbers. I got a helpful rhyme here to remember rounding. 4 and below, let it go. 5 and above, give it a shove. So it gives an example for rounding to different place values. And then the practice has them rounding to the different place values that they could be asked in assessment. We have next, we have skip counting. So again, it gives you a good example here, breaks down the skill, and then goes into completing sequences. We have 5 sheets for that. Next we have solving equations, and there's Lots of different ones for those. Finding the value of a letter. We have variable equations. 7 times n, 3 times y, 9 minus m, whatever their different combinations of what they could be asked on the assessment. So if they can really practice all of this when they're doing these sheets, then they should be able to ace the assessments no problem. So now we have simplifying expressions. Remember this saying, part of my dear Aunt Sally. Again, there's a good explanation for each one, and then lots of different expressions to simplify. And 5 pages for that. We're going to go to finding the mean. Tells you what the mean is, gives a good example, and then lots of practice. Next, we're going to mean, median, mode for a set of numbers. So again, gives you a good breakdown of what that is, and then the practice is here, finding the mean, median, mode of a set of numbers. We have 5 different sheets for that, all different numbers. Greatest common factor, again, breaks it down and then gives you a set of numbers to find the greatest common factor for. The answer sheets for all of these are at the end, and they're labeled by the skill, so you can easily access them when you're grading these for your students. So we have fractions next, different rectangles, and the fraction of the shaded area. Now we have comparing a set of fractions, so again gives a good breakdown, finding the multiples, comparing them with the least common multiple. Okay, so then lots of practice for those. We have comparing multiple fractions, again breaks down the skill, so they're not just writing in a greater than or less than sign, like trying to get them to really think about what they're doing. This sheet, comparing multiple fractions, so some of the sheets are just entirely, will be like a reference sheet for the student, or to help you with your teaching and reinforcement of the skill, and some of them have practice on them. So we have lots of practice here. Still 5 sheets, even though that first one was just a reinforcement page. Fraction word problems. So again, these are just like they would see on the assessment to familiarize the students with those type of problems, and so they're not completely blown away when they see these on the math concepts and applications assessments. We have fraction word problems. Again, a nice breakdown of the skill, and then lots of practice. There's 2 different types, so there was 10 pages for fraction word problems. Estimation word problems, we have a lot of them there. Okay, possible outcomes. How can you, like, different combinations you could make if you had different sets of things. Here we have pasta and sauce, a burger and toppings. Examples like that. Again, these are very similar to what they would see on the Ames Web Progress Monitoring, but they are not the same. But the same type of problem to familiarize a student with that. I found that this was one of the hardest assessments for my students to excel in when I was teaching special education, so I think that this will really help them. So now we have distance word problems, and the feedback I've gotten has been very similar to my thoughts. Division word problems, ratio word problems, cross multiply. So it really helps you when you're reinforcing the skills, when you're going through and you're teaching your student, like you're going through their progress monitoring, you're saying, hey, you didn't get, this one, we need to work on it. Let's really practice down on that one. On this skill, you can pull these sheets for them. We have coordinate graphs. So this is again just a reference sheet that they can use when they're thinking about moving on a coordinate graph in the positive and negative directions. And then we have 5 practice sheets for that, so they can have a reference sheet and then also lots of practice. Perimeter, finding perimeter using a coordinate graph also. We have area, and this breaks down all the steps for finding that, for the total area when you're only given a portion of it. We have 5 sheets for that. Elapsed time, there's 10 elapsed timed sheets. That's because on the assessments they're given in the clock and the watch form. So I also did that on here just to familiarize your students with looking at different types of clocks and watches. We know for special education students that's important that they see things represented in different ways. And then here we go to the answer keys. So the answer keys are set up. They're all at the end in the same order of the practice sheets, and we'll give you a nice breakdown. So the answer sheets are all here, and there's 1 page of answer sheets per 5 practice sheets. So you're looking, no matter what practice sheet you're on, you're just looking at one simple answer sheet. And then at the end we have digital design credits. And again, I have this in the 2nd to 5th grade levels. They're available in bundles, which saves you money. And just a really great product to help your special education students do well in the math progress monitoring. So that is the download. Stay tuned to the YouTube channel for more product and resource previews or unloading of the downloads. And thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this and find it helpful in deciding if this is something that would be useful for your special education classroom.